Welcome to the MathLinks course, second edition, grades 6 to 8, Getting Started video series. In this session, you'll learn about MathLinks activity routines and how to introduce them to students. We infused all three MathLinks courses with activity routines that provide engaging ways to review and practice important concepts and skills. These 8 are in all three courses. These are commonly found in review sections of student packets. They are sometimes located in essential skills and non-routine problems on the portal. Math Talks have their own place in every unit resource section, and the MathLinks rubric is an assessment feature woven into every unit. The last 3 are grade level specific for practicing number fluency and basic algebra concepts. We'll address all of them as we go. All activity routines are great for review and practice. Some are best done with partners. Some are intended for whole class discussions. And some will likely be done by students individually. It's important for teachers and students to get to know these routines because they show up over and over. You can read about them in print or online in a grade level program information document. Look for the Features to Engage Students section, where you'll find a chart that tells where you can find these activities in every unit. Note the codes used in the chart down here: ES for Essential Skills, MT for Math Talks, and so on. Also in general resources are instructions and examples for introducing the routines before grade level examples appear in the program. Choose the activity routines drop-down menu and view teaching notes, reproducibles for students, and even some slide decks and videos to get you started. The directions for each activity routine include a description, rationale, and ideas for introducing it. Introductory examples typically involve general knowledge or math-accessible topics, so grade-level math content doesn't get in the way of learning the routine. Let's start with the set of activity routines designed for pairs or small groups. Whole class sharing or debriefing is one way to enhance these activities. Big square puzzles are straightforward. Teachers give students cut-up pieces, and they reassemble matching sides to make squares that look like these. In the example on the left, students match cartoon characters, like Charlie Brown to Snoopy. For the one on the right, they match equivalent numerical expressions, like 10 times 2 equals 20. Students will get plenty of number and algebra skills practice when playing 4-in-a-row games. The object is to get 4 counters in a row, either vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. In the single-digit multiplication example, the first player picks a factor from box A and box B and places one of their colored counters on that product. Then students alternate turns by moving only one counter in box A or box B. Say player 2 makes this move. They would then place one of their colored counters on this product. Depending on the topic and its purpose, you'll find these in student packets, essential skills, and non-routine problems. Match and compare sorts are card sort activities where students make vocabulary connections as they practice reading, speaking, and listening to one another. For this introductory example, the student with the triangle cards matches the physical activities to their descriptions, and the student with the circle cards does the same. Then they go through each pair together and agree on all the matched cards, record their results, and compare and contrast together in the Venn diagram. More word pairs can be compared as desired. Poster problems have become a very popular feature in MathLinks courses over the years. So popular that we made sure there is one in every unit in all 3 courses. This introductory example reviews elementary school level graphing. In groups, students review important skills and concepts as they travel around the room, solve a different part of similar problems at each poster, and critique the reasoning of others. Though they're not hard to pull off, they do take a bit of practice, so watch the poster problems video to get started. And now let's move on to the activity routines designed for whole class discussion. To increase participation, be sure to give students some individual thinking or writing time first. Math talks focus on numbers, pictures, and data representations. They prompt students to share their thinking and problem-solving strategies. Slide decks are provided for all math talks. Why Doesn't It Belong is our take on the Cookie Monster song, One of These Things is Not Like the Other. You'll find these introductory examples in the portal. Challenge your students to find a reason why each one doesn't belong. Open middle problems have a low floor and sometimes a very high ceiling. They involve both practice and reasoning. They start with a prompt and an accessible problem involving skills practice. But to truly conquer the prompt, students must be very strategic and analytical to hit specific targets. To finish this section, let's take a quick look at the MathLinks rubric, which is quite different than all the other routines. Here you see the rubric itself, and we encourage you to watch the video to get a more complete picture of the process. To introduce the rubric, we provide a few fraction problems and student work to help students learn how to self and peer assess. Use it regularly for formative assessment when doing rubric-worthy problems found in the student packets, and summative assessment when doing tasks found on the teacher portal. And now let's talk about activity routines that we think are best suited to individual student work, though many students will benefit from follow-up discussions. Computational fluency challenges are in the review section of every 6th grade packet to support students in reaching fluency requirements for operating on whole numbers and decimals. MathPath fluency challenges are in the review section of every 7th grade packet. They focus on number and algebra skills. ReadyX puzzles are a fun way to review equation-solving concepts by finding all the unknowns in the rows and columns, given the sums at the sides and bottom. They're in the review section of every odd-numbered 8th grade packet. And algebra puzzles involve reasoning with algebraic expressions. They are in every even-numbered 8th grade packet. They might seem a bit tricky at first, but students will get the hang of them quickly as they try to place the natural numbers 1 through 9 in the 9 boxes. Clues get students started. They don't need to get all 3, but it'll help if they do. For this example, the number of planets in the solar system is 8. The only single-digit even square is 4, and a unicycle has 1 wheel. Given the configuration of the clue squares, students can assume that 8, 4, and 1 go either here or here. They won't fit anywhere else. Let's try the clue values here first. If a minus 1 equals 8, a must equal 9. Below that, substituting a equals 9 into the expression gives us 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So far, so good. And then below, since 9 plus 2 is 11, not 1, we know that these clue values do not work here. So A cannot equal 9. So let's try our clue value here. If A plus 1 equals 8, then A is 7. Checking below, we get 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Okay. And then below that, we get 4 times 7, or 28, to the 0 power is 1. We have a winner. Continue substituting 7 in for A until 1 through 9 are correctly placed. To learn more about the program, please check out other Getting Started videos. The ones you see here are especially relevant to the information provided in this session. Thank you for taking time to learn more about our program. We hope you now have a better understanding of MathLinks activity routines and how to introduce them.